While Breckenridge may also be your home away from home, you can use your ownership at the Grand Lodge on Peak 7 to see the world's most exhilarating vacation destinations. I'm here with Rick Tramontana, the Director of Owner Relations for Breckenridge Grand Vacations. How are you doing?
I'm doing excellent, thank you.
That is quite the title. Can you tell me a little bit about what you do here?
Sure. So as the Director of Owner Relations, I oversee our reservations department as well as our vacation rental department, which handles our owners that would like to rent their ownership through our property management company, as well as our exchange department, so owners that are interested in trading their timeshare around the world.
So I've heard a little bit about this exchange program.
Yes.
What is it and why do people need to know more?
Well, it's definitely one of the more popular aspects of the vacation ownership product. We have owners that own here in Breckenridge and then may choose to want to travel to a new destination one year. And through Interval International, which is the exchange company that we're affiliated with, owners are able to take their ownership here in Breckenridge and trade it to a new destination and experience a new location altogether.
And as far as new locations go, how many and places like where?
There are about 2,500 resorts that are affiliated with the exchange program through Interval, and locations anywhere from Hawaii. There's hundreds of places all around the US, South America, Europe, Canada. The opportunities are really endless.
So once you become a homeowner here, you can trade it out. How does it work? Can people figure it out on their own, or do you help?
We do help, and that's one of the things that we're a little bit unique at with our owner relations department and the exchange support department, we call it. We have a team of Interval International liaisons that are able to assist owners through the entire exchange process. So if an owner doesn't have a clue what they want to do or how it works, they basically just call us up and we walk them through the entire exchange process.
And so you make it totally doable.
We do.
Now it sounds like a lot of fun. Is it work well for families?
It does. It's a great product for families. I constantly hear from our owners who have made a lifetime of memories with their families through the new vacation opportunities that ownership at the Grand Lodge on Peak 7 has opened up for them.
A new level of experience plus affordable opportunities in world-class locations. Sounds very exciting. Now we're going to hear from some of your homeowners and how much they love this program. Rick, thanks so much for spending some time with us.
We traded a lock-off for a place in Cancun. Again, we got more for our money. The value of timeshares in the Breckenridge area is probably worth like a factor of 2 someplace else, because all the lock-off sleeps 4. So we trade a little, the lock-off for a 2-bedroom in Cancun. So the value of your trade is immense. And the variations are unlimited in what you can do with a week timeshare here. I've never sit down to list them, but there are just so many options to meet any need, whether it's in the United States, Europe, around the world.
We're thinking about taking the kids to Europe now. We're actually trying to plan, the Hawaii vacation, and it just seems more accessible now,
And affordable, definitely. You get a lot more for your investment.
I'm here now with Jenny Vietti, the Director of Marketing for the Grand Lodge on Peak 7. How are you doing today?
Great, how are you?
I'm doing great. What a beautiful facility the Grand Lodge is. I mean, just walking around, the amenities are top notch. Tell us a little bit about what it's been like to work with this company.
Well, it's been wonderful. I've been here 8 years now, which is hard to believe. And I got to see the entire development of Grand Lodge from the concept all the way to this beautiful finished product. And I tell you, I don't think I've stayed at a nicer resort anywhere.
And obviously there was a lot of planning that went into it, and obviously a lot of accolades that have come post-development and with all the programs you have going on. Talk about some of the awards that you guys have received with the efforts you've put in.
Well, probably the most notable recently was last year at the American Resort Development Association big gala in Las Vegas. We won the Project of Excellence Award, which is coveted in the industry. We didn't even realize what other big players we were going up against until they announced the nominees. And then when we won, we realized just what an outstanding achievement this is, because we went up against some of the top resorts in the nation, and I'm hoping they win it in the future, but I'm sure glad we won it last year. And so it really does put a different flag, on our flagpole about how the quality of this resort is just the best in the timeshare industry.
Jenny, let's take a couple of steps back and just talk about some of the things that help you acquire such excellence.
Well, I think a lot of it comes from experience. We're a company developed by 3 local families the Millizers and Mike Dudick and his family, and they have 25 years of experience from Gold Point Resort back in the 80s to Grand Timber Lodge, and now the Grand Lodge on Peak 7. So with our 17,000 owners, we have a lot of feedback, and we can always improve upon the last project with the next. And that's really what we've done here. The location is second to none. The amenities are second to none. I mean, we have the best amenities in Breckenridge, the pools, the theaters, the game room. It really is a great family resort, and I think that lends itself to timeshare very well. And part of the reason we've gotten so many awards is because of that attention to feedback from owners, experience, and just being able to improve every time.
Right. So from one development to the next, now this Grand Lodge, and it is truly grand. And you mentioned all of the amenities, and it is family friendly. I myself have had my family here, and we have had an amazing time. How do people get to become owners at the Grand Lodge? And tell us a little bit about those details.
Well, it's interesting. 40% of our current owners buy more timeshare from us, and so that says a little bit too about the experience, that they really do like it and want to buy more. But the new time buyer comes a variety of different ways. We have people that just come and rent from us, you know, for a weekend stay or a week stay of spring break or something, and they end up buying. We have people come tour our property and stay at other places in town. That's part of what I do in the marketing, is get people up here. And you know, we have a 20% sales close rate when people take a tour of our property, which is unheard of in almost any industry. 20% sales close is, you know, very, very high, and I think it's because the property sells itself.
Now, there were some also green initiatives that went into this project. Highlight
right.
some of those.
Well, I think the aquatics area is a great example. We went with a saltwater chlorination system, which leaves your skin feeling really nice. You don't have that chlorinated smell, and it's better for the environment. That's a really big one, because that's a lot of water and a lot of chlorine.
Right.
You know, I think the other ones that are worth mentioning are the composting on site, as well as in our office spaces. So our employees are involved, our guests are involved. We have recycling in-room, recycling at all of the offices.
It sounds like a perfect situation all around, from employer to employee to homeowners and people who can just come and rent a place for the weekend, correct?
Absolutely.
Jenny, thanks so much for all that great information.
Well, ownership has really exceeded our expectations, because it has assured us that we're going to be together and ski for a week, instead of trying to figure out when we might do it or where we might do it. And all the amenities and everything that they said they were going to do, they did, especially here at Peak 7, because we purchased before they just had a hole in the ground. And they said, this is what we're going to do. And we came this week and found out they did what they said they were going to do.
And it feels like a home away from home. It truly feels like home when we're here.
Here we are again in the grand foyer of the Grand Lodge on Peak 7, and this is Mike Millizer joining us. We've talked a little bit about all the amenities, and it actually took quite some time because the list goes pretty extensive. And people are really getting a good picture on why this is such an unbelievable opportunity for them. But, you know, before this place started, there's a good story to be told, and I want to know a little bit what brought you to Breckenridge.
I'll tell you the short version, Julie.
Okay.
Well, I'm a Midwest guy, and like a lot of people who come to Breckenridge, they fall in love with it. I came here to be a ski bum after college one year, a job of which I was quite good at. I skied over 120 days and learned how to ski any terrain on the mountain. We didn't have snowboarding then, or else I might have done that, but you know, I was a skier. And then I talked to my younger brother to come out a couple years later, and we kind of worked together out here, and things fell together after that.
Well, I'm sure he's probably still thanking you, because I know that you both are still Breckenridge residents, but how did you get into the development business from there?
Oh boy, that's another long story. You know what, I think what it was is we were two young kids in our mid-20s with not much to lose, and we had an opportunity which we took advantage of on buying some property up at a place called Gold Point. And things worked out well for us. The economy had turned, and our product, which is an affordable price for a lot of people, seemed to work. And it's worked for us for the last 22 years here in this town. So we were fortunate at Gold Point. And after we got done with that, again, we were at the point of we needed to find some more land to stay in this town, which we really wanted to do. So we ended up being fortunate enough to purchase the land for Grand Timber Lodge, which is 159 units down between the base of Peak 8 and Peak 9. Beautiful resort that has been sold out now for a couple years.
And speaking of selling out, how many homeowners do you guys have between those two properties and then adding the Grand Lodge into that equation?
Total now is over 15,000. Interesting how we bought this land. Our third partner, Mike Dudek, and I want to clarify that there is 3 of us, and we're just local guys who have raised our families here, who live here in Breckenridge, and we actually don't even have any investors outside other than ourselves, but we were fortunate enough to get this beautiful piece of property here, and I think part of that is because we have lived here 25 years and we know the community, and I think that when the owners of this land, who knew it was something special, thought, well, we want to make sure something special gets built here by people that'll do it right. And I think that's part of the reason we were lucky enough to be able to give them our money to buy the thing, honestly.
Right. Yeah. When you were at the point of the Grand Timber Lodge, did you ever envision anything of this magnitude at that particular time in your careers?
Julie, to this day I don't. I walk in here, I think, I was responsible for this. I wasn't. A lot of people were, and I was just fortunate to be involved in it. There was a lot of good people.
And now the people that work for you, really, I mean, I know that a lot of people put that little equation together as you're only as good as the people that work with you and for you. Do you believe in that as well?
Well, clearly we do. We have several little slogans we've used throughout the years. One is our passion statement, which is our family commitment, always great vacations. The other is we have sought out to be the employer of choice in Summit County. I know economy has changed now somewhat, but over the last 20 years, it was hard to find employees here. And we knew that the key to our success is customer service, first of all. I wasn't clear about that. We're about service in our company. That's what we do here. We provide great service to our owners and guests. But you can't provide great service, Julie, unless your employees are committed to it. And you have to have great people that understand the concepts and the values of the company. And so we've spent a lot of time developing compensation package, amenity, things for employees to make them feel like they wanted to be part of our company. And so we've done that, I think.
And you started with 3 employees virtually, and now you're at what, 300? And counting? I
was the chief snowplow driver for sure at Gold Point, and now we're a little over 300 of us. Yeah, and it is exciting that we've grown pretty dramatically, but we're still a small company in a small town, and I think that's what makes us unique and different in the resort business. I really do.
Mike, thanks so much for taking some time with us.
Thank you.
The facilities are awesome. I mean, everything from the movie room to the grotto to the workout room. Yes. They're just awesome facilities. And the rooms are very nice too. The layouts are good. The kitchen is well stocked.
When you can walk outside the front door and the swimming pool's right there and the lift is right there, and you can ski right down. The girls run right into the swimming pool. We can continue skiing. I mean, it's really, really such a nice way to do a ski trip.
With a range of never-before-seen amenities, activities, and breathtaking surroundings, the Grand Lodge on Peak 7 is an opportunity that must be addressed quickly. If you're interested in owning ski-in and ski-out property at an affordable price, or learning about the luxurious rental opportunities during your vacation, stop by the open house at the Grand Lodge on Peak 7. It's located at the base of the Independent Super Chair on Peak 7. Our staff at the sales office would love to spend some time with you to discuss this project. In addition, you might be eligible for some great gifts just for spending time with the staff. You can use those gifts while you're here on vacation. I hope you've enjoyed spending some time with me and learning about the many opportunities at the Grand Lodge on Peak 7. Thanks for watching.